Hi, this is Satiris Blasakaropoulos from AskSatiris.com, and this is part 6 of our 101 blogging tips video series. And the title of today's video is Advice from a Millionaire. A number of years ago, I used to do quite a bit of sort of property investing, and I used to buy houses and fix them and rent houses out and so on. And I actually had a friend. And we went on some property investment courses together. We spent quite a bit of money. I mean, I think on the first one we spent about £1,000, and then on the second one we spent, I think it was either 12 or 15,000 pounds, and we did the courses between us. So basically, after doing those courses, I bought some more properties and things, and my friend also went out to buy some properties. And I remember him asking me about what properties to buy, because I was looking at different properties, and I was really into it, and sort of knew quite a bit about it and studied it a lot. And he asked me what properties to buy, and I saw a property for sale on a road in Belfast, and I basically told him, that's an ideal property there. You're bound to be able to make some money out of that. So anyway, the bottom line was he bought the property for about £70,000, and then literally about 2 weeks later, another property that was practically the same type property came on the market, and he bought it again, I think, for about £68,000. So he actually bought the two properties. And the thing is, from those two properties, he basically got quotes for somebody to renovate the property, and they quoted him about £20,000. And so that meant it was going to cost £20,000 to renovate each of the properties. So he actually went and he found this builder, and the builder asked him how much he did quotes for, and he said £8,000. So the builder said, okay, I'll do it for £8,000. So this builder started to do the properties, renovate them for £8,000. And anyway, he got the two properties renovated, and the property it wasn't that wide, but what he did was he added an extension on the side of the property, and then we got these coin stones, or like these edgings, and he put these edgings on the side of the building, and it made it look like a really grand, fancy building, and put, a fancy new gate and stuff, and paved the driveway and everything on them. The bottom line, I think he probably spent probably about £15,000 on each property. So he spent a total of about £30,000 on the two properties, and afterwards got the two properties revalued, and the mortgage lender, I think, revalued them at £160,000. So he then borrowed £130,000 on the two houses. And so really, even if you take his borrowings without the price that would have been sold for, he probably made about £50,000 from each of those properties. So from some of the money that he made on those properties, he went and he bought, he ended up buying about 20 houses. So he made a lot of money, and he basically, became a property millionaire from some advice that had started off from me. But anyway, the bottom line is, I remember this friend of mine always saying, and what he used to always say is, you need to actually do something and go out there and get yourself a few quid. He would say, right, he was from Belfast, so he'd say a few quid, You know, in your case, it may be a few pounds, a few dollars, a few yen, a few, you know, euro or whatever. But you need to go out every day and get yourself a few quid. And one of the biggest mistakes that people are making in their own businesses or online, you know, in their blogging businesses is they're busy spending time doing things, right, that isn't going to get them a few quid, right? They're not doing the things to get themselves a few quid. They're not advertising products and services. They're not posting tweets advertising. You know, they're not creating content enough, or if they're and sharing it, and if they're not, and if they are creating enough content and sharing it, they're not putting a call to action at the end of the content so people will actually do something, you know, when they finish reading the content or listening to the video. They don't actually tell them what to do, okay? And this is costing people a lot of money. And, you know, if you just do something as simple as every single day, think to yourself, what could I do today that will actually get me a few quid, right? And by that I mean something realistic. I mean, you know, find people who like internet marketing and put some internet marketing products that are really hot, that are really great in front of them. You know, find people who like blogging and put some blogging tools in front of them that they haven't got. You know, put a call to action in your videos and tell people to go and sign up for your list and send them out email autoresponder messages with, you know, product reviews, with things that are going to help them in their business that you can also make some money off. You know, at the end of the day, every day you need to be doing something to get yourself a few quid, right? Because if you're not getting yourself a few quid, firstly, you're going to get disheartened. You're going to just get disheartened. And when you get disheartened and you don't get paid, you're going to get pissed off. And if you get pissed off, disheartened, and you don't get paid, eventually you'll probably quit, okay? And really, in the online business sphere, apart from being completely and utterly, you know, dumb, I mean stupid, like not listening or learning or getting the message from anything that happens that you do, apart from that, you know, I don't really think you can fail online if you keep on going, if you keep on doing things, if you learn from the things you've done that aren't working and improve them. You know, I don't think it's actually possible to fail online, but I think the reason people fail online is because they don't make a few quid. They waste time doing things that don't pay them, and then they get disheartened and then they leave. You know, they don't pay their tools, they don't pay their autoresponder, they stop paying their blog hosting, and their business disappears, and then they have to start all over again if they want to do it again, or else they just quit and say, well, it didn't work, you know, I put up a website, didn't do any posts on it, didn't share it with anyone, didn't give any good content, didn't send any emails out, but internet marketing doesn't work, you can't make money doing it, right? And that's nonsense, that's nonsense. You can make a lot of money online, make a lot of money on the internet. Loads of people have made, you know, hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands, millions, you know. I mean, I've had, you know, commission weeks with like, you know, $7,000, you know. So, I mean, nobody can tell me that you can't make money on the internet, right? And you know, nobody should be able to tell you that either. If you believe that you can't, then you're completely wrong. But you're probably right, because if you believe you won't be able to make any money online, then probably you're not going to make any money. Actually, in fact, you probably aren't making any money online, if that's what you believe. So, you know, if you want to make money, first thing you need to do is change your belief system. The second thing is you need to actually think, how can I actually make a few quid? What could I do to start bringing in some money, right? And it doesn't matter what online thing it does, you know, it doesn't have to be directly from your blog, though you're better to have a blog because it's your base and you can bring in people and you can build your online business from that much better than anywhere else, you know. But you know, you could decide to go out and make your first $100 on Fiverr, or you could decide to go out and make your first $100 on eBay, or you could decide to go out and make your first $100 selling stuff on Amazon, or ClickBank or anywhere, right? But the thing is, you need to decide to do it, and you need to actually take the action. You need to stop watching all the trainings all the time and actually take a training, watch it, implement it, and then move on. Watch a training, do it, implement it, move on, and keep doing stuff every day that's going to be able to bring you in some money. And when you see the money coming in, you get more motivated, you'll work harder, you'll realise what's working and what's not working, and that'll be the start of you building your online business. So I hope you found this little chat useful this evening. And even though it didn't really start off as a blogging talk, it really does get down to the same thing as with blogging or anything in business. You need to be making some money if you want to, enjoy the business and be able to afford to do it full time. So that's it from me. I will see you again in the next training tomorrow. If you haven't already, if you sign up below by clicking the link in this video or the link below this video to take you to the post, and below the video you will see a link to get access to 101 Blogging Tips video series. Whenever you actually sign up, put your name and email in to get access to the 101 Blogging Tips video series. You will actually get 12 small free gifts. Like, when I say free gifts, I mean courses and different things that will help you with your online business. A few different free things that you can use, and a few things that you can do and use to make yourself money online. So that's it for me for this evening. I will talk to you again in the next training tomorrow. Thank you very much.